Okay, let us continue with the card header. We will make all of them now based on the TypeScript object. We will go into the weather card header for that. As you can see, we have much more details that we have to fill out, but we will go fastly over it to make this template data-based. For this, we will firstly create two main objects. One of them would be weather today. That one is again an input as we had it before with our object for cast. Okay, I think it's not knowing the weather. Can quickly copy it from here. I think it currently not recognizing it. Okay, I guess because it not has imported the input. Yeah, okay. Now we will create a new interface for the location. For that we will create a new file, weather location.interface.ts. This one will be a relatively small interface for the location with a name. In our case, this will be Chicago, and we will have a country for the US. Okay. With this new model, we will now go again in our header and make a second input named location. Again, it is an input that is required with our new weather location object, like that. So what we now can do directly is going into that one here and make location and get here the name, and here again the location, but we're getting here the country. So as you can see, we have now issues with this data because we're currently not providing it here. For that, we're moving the data again one level up into the weather card. This of course has to import this model again and have to adjust a little bit the forecast to have its data coming from one level above by making again an input. Again, has to import that one with our forecast weather view data, and that what one get directly forwarded to this one, but because it's now a signal, we have to call it. Ready to learn Angular 19, 20 and 21. This course covers everything new in this latest versions. From hydration, event replay, resource API, signal forms, we cover it all. You will get a complete Playground app showcasing all features. Plus, we will build a weather app from scratch to implement everything hands-on. Full source code for both projects included. Check the link in the description. So now, because we have the data here, we have to provide it to the forecast component here. Like that. And here we can also provide now our weather today data. Yeah, okay, that's like the one, yeah. And now we have to create a small location for our header part of the card. We're creating that one quickly. Location, weather, let us name it weather location. With the name Chicago and the country again US. And we want to provide it here with that one. So if you want, you can now try to fill up this template on your own to repeat what you have learned until now. If you're, yeah. Otherwise, I would now continue with it, and you can then compare your solution with my one. We will here go into that one and get our weather today. But because the problem now is that I want to prevent this one to be called that often, because the one solution is now, of course, to get all that data from weather today. You can like weather today and then calling here the temperature and so on. But with this you will come to problems, because if we now look here and we have here then the, I think I've chosen the description here, and yeah, but what one problem you will have with this is sooner or later you will see that wait a second, oh no, that was wrong. We will roll back this quickly. Oh, that was too much. But the problem is that the temperature in our way is not calculated the right way, because as I said, it's in Fahrenheit and it has to be calculated in degrees for our example here. But of course you can here use all of them. And yeah, at the moment it's data that not really is correct, but here you see like it's 283, but we wanted to have it in degrees. I have chosen the way that we make a computed variable. If you want, of course, you can write that on your own. If you, the other option that you can choose now would be to adjust only the temperature to be calculated the right way. I will, as I said, go the way to get the data from the input right here, and then make a return with all our data be like adjusted with the right characters and so on. Here I create an object temperature, which in my way here, again using the same function that we have used earlier with this calculation here. I will copy it from here and paste it here. Now we have to use here the weather forecast, and we'll here make the different data be in one location, which can help you to have an overview over humidity, an overview over all your data that you're showing in one object, which also could help in some cases when you adjusting or getting new data. In my example, like the humidity get displayed with a percentage and the wind will be suffixed with meter per second. As you can see, we have to import that one quickly. Now we can use this one for our visuals. Again, we have to call it, and then we can go here and get the temperature, the weather type, the humidity, and lastly the wind. And with this we get now the degrees, we get the values with the suffixes that are matching to it. And now we have partially adjusted the data to be one level above. We using this data on two of that components, which means now every card can have its forecast data and the weather location, and based on that it will then fill up the full card. One thing we will quickly add to make it a little bit cleaner or have also an icon, because at the moment we only show an icon for the forecast, but to have it a little bit more nice, we will also add here inside of the header component, we will below the temperature, or like in between the temperature, we will add an element with an weather icon, with the class weather icon. And what we now can do is adjusting here the data to be showing the weather icon. We can, for that, going here and copy this again, and then going in our header and make the function for the weather icon. Here we then again use our weather today, and we can here also get the data. As you can see, at the moment it's not showing this one. Now it shows it. And we also have this class, which means we creating here. Oh yeah, that's something we have made earlier, that this also has the weather icon to show it right there to have a more visually nice look and feel. Okay, in the next part we will go over the data and we'll create a service that handles all of our data together.